Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com, and this is the Deep-3. Everybody, Happy New Year! Thanks for joining us here on the Deep-3. We appreciate you stopping by. As always, of course, fun part is I always like to know what you're playing. I tell you every day when I'm on. I'd love to know what you guys are playing as well. Maybe you're got some feelings on the Deep-3, tailing, fading, whatever it is. But I also want to know what you guys have come up with on your own. So make sure you post your picks in the comment section. Let us know how to get out there and make that cheddar today. And, of course, helping you make that cheddar, as always, is winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Two of the finest websites for handicapping you will find anywhere in the world, anytime, every day, every game, always free. Winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. All right, so quick recap of yesterday. Brutal day for us. We definitely had our struggles. We'd had, and I didn't even go back and count. I think we'd had at least 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week of positive results between our premium and our Deep-3. And on the last day of 2019, that came to a screeching freaking halt as we started off picking Virginia Tech. God damn it! Can anybody stop? Here's an idea. I think the quarterback's going to run. Might want to stop him. Oh wait. Now he's going to throw. Too late. Oh, what a frustrating game to watch. It was like we watched the K-State game later. It was exactly the same thing. Just unable to stop the quarterback at all. Both of those quarterbacks ran for over 200 yards today. Just absolutely heartbreaking. As Kentucky basically wins on the last play of the game. Of course, there was some garbage time, including a garbage touchdown. Maybe helping out some people that had live action. I don't know. I can tell you this, when you get a big game like that, whatever happens at the end, somebody got screwed and somebody's going to be happy. But we were screwed long before that one got returned. So we did have the Navy KSU under. That came to pass as both of those offenses absolutely struggled there to do their thing. Both defenses played very well, especially against the run. And we also had Georgia State. That ended up being a horrific pick, as the Georgia State Jaguars just absolutely had nothing for Wyoming, and that was a pick that I defended in the comment section. I really thought that the defense would be able to do a little bit better job. That Wyoming offense really had struggled, but not today, as Georgia State just absolutely did not show up. And on the premium side, we did have Florida State and Arizona State over. A lot of points left on the field, especially in the first half of that one, and that one did not go over the table. We had the Georgia State-Wyoming under. Once again, we talked about that. Wyoming offense had their best performance of the year, and I was going to save it up for that. And then in the nightcap, we had Utah laying points against Texas, and Texas had 18,000 reasons not to be motivated and to play like shit, and none of them came to pass, as the Longhorns stepped up and, of course, played their best game of the season. So just a absolutely brutal day. 1-5 we go. And as far as my son's video goes, I appreciate you guys watching, leaving kind words for him. And he was actually the only positive handicapper in the family today, as he went 1-1. But he did have a nice little money line play on the Red Wings, and depending on where you got it at, somewhere in the neighborhood of plus 160, plus 165. So yeah, he made about a half unit there on his play. So well done, son. I'll keep the seat warm for you. All right. So with that being said, let's fire up the first day of the year here, shall we, kids? Taking a look first at the Citrus Bowl, as the Michigan Wolverines and the Alabama Crimson Tide get together. Man, two teams that could have been playing for so much more, but they're not. Now they're just playing for a big bowl full of citrus. It's very exciting. Alabama is an 8-point favorite in this, and I'm going to get all the Alabama that we can eat here. This is one of those games for all the fans of the Big Ten who constantly chirp about how they're just as good as the SEC. Spoiler alert, they're not. Mac Jones is probably better than Shea Patterson right now. Come at me, go ahead. And Alabama is far superior at the wide receiver and running back position. Now, these two defenses have basically underperformed this season, and the Tide going to be missing some big pieces, but I don't think it's going to matter. The Wolverines, they don't lose to Rutgers, but they don't beat many elite teams either. In this one, it will be no different. Give me the Crimson Tide to roll minus the 8 points. And taking a look at the granddaddy of them all out there in Pasadena as the Rose Bowl action gets underway. The Wisconsin Badgers and the Oregon Ducks tangle in this one. Oregon is a 3-point dog, and I'm all over the Ducks. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Does it pass like a duck? It's a duck. Take the Ducks plus the 3. This may be my favorite matchup of the day. You got two big stifling defenses, two offenses that like to run the ball down your throat and drain your will on defense. Of course, there's differences. The Badgers probably have the best running back in the country in Jonathan Taylor, while the Ducks, they counter with running back C.J. Verdell. Verdell's a good running back who actually, when you look at the stats, he actually averages a tenth of a yard more per carry than Taylor does. Kind of weird. Of course, both have very good quarterbacks, with Justin Herbert getting all the pub. But, of course, Jack Cohen, well, he's actually posted a higher completion percentage and yards per attempt numbers than Justin Herbert. Now, I think these are two of the most evenly matched teams in a bowl game this season. It really, really could go either way. But, you know what I say, when it's a coin flip, always take the points. I like the Ducks right here, plus the 3 points. And we're going to finish it off with a pick from the Sugar Bowl as the Baylor Bears take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Looking at that total of 41 and said, you know, this is another game that's likely to be just as affected, likely to be affected as much by the players who aren't playing as much as the players that are. Georgia's going to be missing their starting offensive tackles on both sides of the ball, on both sides of the line, as well as their guard, 2 wide receivers, and at least one of their running backs. Running back DeAndre Swift, most likely going to give it a shot, but he's got an injured shoulder that he's been carrying for the last couple of games. He only got 5 carries in their blowout loss to LSU. Jake Fromm's just struggled mightily in the second half of the season, and having a ferocious Baylor Bear pass rush pinning their ears back likely won't improve things for him. The Baylor offense isn't great, and they are most likely going to struggle against this Georgia defense that has certainly done their part this season. Both of these teams are top 20 in scoring defenses. Both the offenses are going to have their challenges. So what are we going to do? Well, as much as I'd like to make the Costanza anti-George play here, I got to go with the under, guys. Give me the Baylor-Georgia under 41. And we'll go with the Oregon Ducks plus the 3 points. The Alabama Crimson Tide minus the 8. At the end of those 3, you guys can join me. We'll fire up the new year in the right direction and grab our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us today. We appreciate it always. As always, I hope everybody had a safe New Year's Eve. Hope everybody has a fantastic and prosperous 2020. I'm ready to rock and roll and make some money. We're ready to break out here in bowl season, then get ready for the NFL playoffs. But no matter what happens, hey, why don't we meet back here tomorrow, all right? We'll do what we always do. We'll bitch about those bad beats, talk about those offenses that just couldn't get it done. And for the winners, well, we get to brag about those fat stacks just a little bit. And then bowl season will be carrying on, and we'll just jump in there. We'll fire it up, and we'll do it all over again, all right? Thanks very much for watching today, guys. Again, don't forget to like us. Don't forget to give us the old subscribe if you haven't done so already. We always appreciate the efforts. And tell your friends, all right? We'll be here. We were here last year. We'll be here this year again, all right? You guys are the best. Good luck on all of your plays today, and I'll see you all back at the window. Take care.